Good morning, traders. This is Tim Kelly at Forex TV. It's the morning of the 23rd at 7:50, just before the 8 a.m. hour in New York. Taking a look at dollar yen. Just a quick snapshot here. This is a pro stick snapshot. 88.53. Right now, dollar yen off 17 pips, trading in a range of 88.05 to that 88.78 region. You can see that the modal point right at the current price or close to it, 88.50. Modal point is the most widely printed price of the session. Resistance 89, support down at 88. So trading in the support and resistance range. All right, so let's take a look at the daily chart, and this is a pro sticks chart. You see that our support level is right around this big modal point here. That was made on the 10th, just about 2 weeks ago. And you see it's a very large modal point. And the size of the modal point in a pro sticks chart speaks to how high the count is. The bigger the red circle or the modal point inside the candle, the more that represents that price was hit more times. Okay, so that's an important distinction. A modal point, the most widely printed price of the session, shows where that price was centered throughout that session. So modal point, very important, very important piece of information. And you see that we have two, not exactly, but three modal points along the same axis. We call that a modal platform, and that's where we saw support today, right at this 88.04 level, 88.05 level, and have bounced off that from this point. After the BOJ has delayed the quantitative easing till 2014, there's some speculation that we indeed might see some profit taking and have a little bit of yen strengthening. I asked the question whether or not markets, especially the hedge fund crowd, which is going to move this pair, will actually delay their pricing in of the quantitative easing, until 2014, or just price it right in. So it remains to be seen whether or not we have a further correction here, or whether or not indeed the buy side here is going to go ahead and price in that quantitative easing. Keep in mind that Shirakawa will be replaced with an Abe supporter in March. Somebody at the BOJ who is likely to be more sympathetic to Abe. This decision by the Bank of Japan to delay the quantitative easing was seen as kind of a concession of the Abe regime to the Bank of Japan, because the pressure being put on the BOJ has been seen as politicizing that institution, which is independent. And it is largely seen that this delay of the quantitative easing was kind of a saving face gesture given over by the Abe administration to allow the BOJ to in a sense save face and not be manipulated by the government. And that's a pretty big deal in central bank governance, and of course in Japan, where decorum speaks volumes. Anyway, we're at this 88.50 level. We're down 3 days in a row here as it stands, and looking at whether or not we go forward from here. So let's start to break it down into the smaller time frames here. And you see that we on the 4 hour we did break below the Ichimoku cloud. That in itself is a bearish development, and However, we did come down to this level here, kind of a double bottom on this this low down at the 88.05.06 level. Let me see that. That was, I want to split hairs here, but the low was 88.05. Yeah. So you see, we hit this double bottom from this area here. That's where we closed. This was down on the 16th, just about a week ago. We touched there, bounced off that pretty smartly, and you have an ascending cloud here. Remains to be seen whether we'll recover that. Any recovery of this would coincide with the bottom of the cloud here at the 89. So my guess is that we're going to test the high of the range in the next 24-48 hours, which is the 89 level, and of course overcoming and sustaining any kind of price over that 89 level would, in my opinion, turn this to a more bullish 4-hour outlook, and testing that 90 level thereafter. So we can recover that 89 level. I think that this could be seen as a pretty much a short-term correction, and we could seek higher levels. So right now, though, we are within still in a upward pattern on the daily. We've maintained that upward pattern on the 4-hour, but we have broken below the Ichimoku cloud. So a little bit of caution there. And don't forget, on the daily, just going to go back to that. You have this Ichimoku fast line. I've drawn that out 7 periods: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So tomorrow this gets kicked out. We're going to flatten a little bit on this Ichimoku line for the next 2 to 3 days, and it won't be till next week until we get that, kicking out all the lower numbers. But again, here, once we kick out this candle, we're still flat, because there's going to be relatively little change in between this candle and this candle. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on Friday we kick out this lower candle. So if we don't reach any lower points today or tomorrow this week, we'll have a slight uptick here. In any correction, you look for the price to touch these Ichimoku lines. You see, we've traded above the Ichimoku slow line. This is the Kijun Sen line. Relatively strong along the Tenkin Sen line, and above that, dipping below just briefly here. So if we regain this Tenkin Sen line, you'll see that short-term, very short-term momentum will be sustained. And again, I think if we can reach this 89 level, where that's where the fast line, the Tenkin Sen line is, that is a very bullish sign. So let's take a look at that. Right now we're kind of in limbo. Probably not a great time to get into any trades unless you want to really take a high level of risk. There are no indicators other than the 15-minute, and I'll show you that right now. Let's take one quick stop at the hourly. You see that the hourly, we're looking into a convergence of the fast line and the slow line. That is a predictor of volatility. So perhaps we could see that leg up there. But again, I think that double bottom down at the 87 figure, the 88 figure, could have been our bottom. But look for a breakout in the next couple of hours. Perhaps the home sales numbers will be the catalyst. Don't forget, there's a debt ceiling debate and vote today. That's going to cause a lot of volatility as well. But if we can regain the 89 figure and sustain over that, I think that we probably will look towards 93 as the next stop. If we can overcome that 89, then of course the 90. I think if we go back and test 90, we're going higher. There might be a little resistance up there and a bit of volatility as we get there, but this pair is poised for a breakout if we get to those levels. All right, that's going to do it for dollar yen. Happy trading. Watch your stops, and good luck all.